Beneath the surface of our planet lies a hidden world, a place of darkness, silence, and unimaginable danger. It is a world of narrow tunnels, crushing depths, and endless black water. Few dare to enter, and fewer still return. Among those who ventured into this deadly world was David Shaw, an Australian cave diver who attempted one of the most dangerous missions in diving history. This is not just a story about adventure. It's a story of obsession, bravery, and tragedy in the deep. In the remote northern Cape of South Africa lies Bushman's Hole, also known as Boesman's Gat. At first glance, it looks harmless, just a calm pond in the middle of farmland. But beneath its surface lies one of the deepest freshwater sinkholes on Earth, plunging more than 280 meters straight down. For decades, this hole has lured divers from around the world, each tempted to explore its mysteries. But Bushman's Hole is unforgiving. The deeper you go, the deadlier it becomes. Visibility fades, gases turn poisonous, and the crushing pressure makes every movement a battle. In 1994, a 20-year-old South African diver named Deon Dreyer attempted a dive in Bushman's Hole. Something went wrong at 270 meters and he never made it back. His body sank into the darkness, far beyond the reach of conventional divers. Efforts to recover him were abandoned. At that depth, survival is impossible and recovery nearly suicidal. For 10 years, Dreyer's parents had no closure. Their son lay entombed in the cave, his body preserved in the icy water. Enter David Shaw, a veteran pilot and extreme diver from Australia. Unlike most divers, Shaw specialized in rebreathers, advanced systems that recycle a diver's breath, allowing much deeper and longer dives. By the early 2000s, he was already among the world's top explorers of deep caves. But Shaw wasn't just chasing records. He wanted to test the limits of human possibility. In October 2004, while diving Bushman's Hole, he descended past 270 meters. And there, in the pitch black, his lights illuminated something haunting. The body of Deon Dreyer, perfectly preserved, lay face up on the cave floor, arms outstretched, as though waiting. Shaw surfaced shaken, but determined. He promised Dreyer's parents he would bring their son home. Recovering a body from such depth was unheard of. At 270 meters, every second drains your strength. Every breath is toxic, and mistakes are fatal. Shaw trained meticulously, designing a custom body bag and rehearsing the procedure. He would dive with a small team for support, but at that depth, he would be utterly alone. The risks were enormous. Gases like oxygen, safe at the surface, become deadly at depth. Nitrogen causes confusion. Helium can trigger tremors, and decompression would take hours. Yet Shaw pressed forward. He was not just chasing glory. He was honoring a promise. On January 8, 2005, David Shaw began his descent. His helmet camera recorded the entire mission. Minute by minute, he sank deeper into the void. At 200 meters, light vanished. His only guide was the thin line leading down into the black. At 270 meters, nearly 9 minutes into the dive, Shaw found Dreyer's body again. He carefully unrolled the body bag, working in silence. But when he tried to lift the corpse, disaster struck. Dreyer's remains, fragile after 10 years, began to disintegrate. Bones and equipment shifted, tangling with Shaw's lines. The body bag collapsed. Shaw tried again and again. But time was slipping away. At this depth, his brain was starved, his muscles failing. His breathing grew heavier, his movements slower. Somewhere in the struggle, his equipment became caught. He was trapped. The camera shows his frantic attempts to free himself. Then stillness. In the pitch-black heart of Bushman's Hole, David Shaw was gone. Hours passed. Shaw never surfaced. His support team, waiting anxiously above, realized the unthinkable. When recovery divers went down days later, they found a heartbreaking sight. 2 bodies, side by side, Shaw and Dreyer, entangled together at the bottom. Ironically, Shaw's failed attempt succeeded in part. Both bodies were brought back to the surface. Dreyer's family finally laid him to rest after 10 long years. But David Shaw never returned home alive. He gave his life in the depths, keeping the promise he had made. Cave diving is one of the most dangerous pursuits in the world. It demands perfection and punishes mistakes with death. David Shaw was a man who lived on the edge, who sought to go where no one else dared. In the end, the depths took him. But his courage, his obsession, and his sacrifice have never been forgotten. This was the final dive of David Shaw, a story of tragedy, but also of loyalty, honor, and the unbreakable human spirit.